Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, please encourage us by doing so that we can bring you the latest news as it happens and we can all work together with our great leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB and Eastern Security Network to make our Biafran dream a reality and at the same time expose the terrorist activities of the Nigerian government to the whole world. After our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu declared the bloody revolution in Nigeria, 52 Hausa northern Nigerian groups and some northern Christian groups started the revolution in the north because our leader made them to understand that the only solution for freedom or to stop insecurity, terrorism, kidnapping, and overrunning of the ancestral land by the Janjaweed Fulani terrorist headsmen and their bandits, Boko Haram and ISWAP, is for them to engage in this bloody revolution, to take back what belongs to them. The 52 Hausa northern groups call on the global community to intervene in persuading the Fulani Nigerian government and the United Nations to facilitate the final actualization of Biafra. According to the group spokesman, Abdulaziz Suleiman, he said that Nigeria has never experienced the present level of terrorism that it is currently facing, and that preventing Biafran freedom is already setting Nigeria on fire, which will eventually lead to another civil war caused by the Fulani Janjaweeds that will completely destroy the north, whereas the Fulani will run back to Sahel where they came from. They have homes in Niger, in Chad, in Mali, in Senegal. They will all run back and leave the Hausas and the northern Christians and the non-Fulani tribe to bear the consequence of the war. So they are crying out. The Hausa groups have seen IPOB and Eastern Security Network exploits, and they understand that this is not the same Biafrans of 1967 to 70 Nigerian Civil War. They know that Biafrans are now more prepared for freedom because the Biafrans they have seen of recent, they want Biafra or they want to die. And the Hausas and non-Fulani groups in the north have seen their brothers being killed by Eastern Security Network and unknown gunmen. And that is why the Nigerian military, controlled by the Fulani Janjaweed, is threatening media houses and outlets not to publish photos of killed Nigerian military personnel because majority of them are non-Fulanis. They are mostly Hausas and northern Christians and other minority groups in the north. Their Fulani military commanders are not telling the truth to the Hausa soldiers' families about the whereabouts of their breadwinners, but they have found out the truth through online photos posted, and these have helped the bereaved families to know that the Nigerian militaries and Nigerian government are liars, because when their breadwinners are killed, they secretly bury them. And this is causing the support the Fulanis are getting from Hausas and non-Fulani tribes in the north to decrease astronomically. This decline in support from Hausas and non-Fulani tribes in Nigerian military have made the Nigerian government to engage the services of Fulani terrorists from the Sahel region, and they give them military uniform and police uniforms to fight Biafrans and Eastern Security Network. But that has failed also. It has failed them, and that is why they are now seeking American military's help to help them to fight. But that won't save them either. And that was what the Hausa group saw. And they started to beg United Nations and international communities to give Biafra freedom. They should allow Biafra go peacefully because they do not want to perish along with the Fulanis. According to the Hausa groups, the Janjaweed Fulanis will start the war. They will hide behind and use other tribes to fight the war for them. And as it is now, the Fulani or Nigeria will never win the war. And the Fulanis, they will all run back to Sahel where they came from. You know, after Biafra would have overrun the north, as they are currently doing. Because Nigeria has no military, but terrorists in military uniforms, as they are currently doing at Ebonyi State. And they know the result. They know what is happening to them there. They are being decimated. But they won't report that. And that is why they are threatening media houses not to publish photos of slain Nigerian Janjaweed military personnel. And they have never won a single war before without help. And no country is willing to help them this time. The American government knows that they can't win an ideology war. They tried it before in Vietnam, in Somalia, in Sudan. In the case of Sudan, they had to support the independence of South Sudan. That was why the American Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, in a virtual interview to media journalists, he stated that the problem facing Nigeria is caused by the current Nigerian government supporting terrorism, banditry, and criminality. He said it indirectly. And it has made Nigerian problem quite extraordinary, which implies that the American government may not be able or will not be morally justified to accept the Nigerian request, to support them in fighting, Biafrans who are fighting a just cause. Rather, he advised the Nigerian government that they should deal with the factors causing the problem, which is their Fulanization and Islamization agendas. Everyone knows that. Even the British government, through their Minister for Africa, James Doddridge, has described the Nigerian security problem as massively complex because of the involvement of the Nigerian government in terrorism and collaborating what the American Secretary of State said to the newsmen. Both the American and the British government told the Nigerian government that no partnership would resolve the multiplicity of the Nigerians' problem. And that is why Nigeria is a scam. The one Nigeria is a big scam. It's a fraud. Because nothing can solve the multiplicity of the problems. And that is why IPOB, through our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the Yoruba nations, they are asking that they should allow us go freely, peacefully. This is the more reason why they should ask, that is, the American government and the British government, to ask the UN to conduct a referendum like they did in Sudan, and not until there is bloodshed, because blood will flow. Blood will flow. Because Nigeria will pay for killing a consul. Blood will flow. The Hausa group and the other northern Christian group and non-Fulani groups, they know that the consul's death will be avenged by Biafrans, and they might be the ones to bear the brunt and the consequences, because Fulanis will run back to futa jallon. They will run back. They are known to do that. They will run back. The criminals at the National Assembly are afraid of Boko Haram and ISWAP attack. because the terror group have captured Gwari and Nupe people's territories with the help of the Nigerian Fulani government. And the terrorists are now moving closer to the seat of power in Abuja, despite having all the defense headquarters, the military headquarters, the police headquarters, the naval headquarters, the Air Force headquarters, DSS headquarters. They have all of them, but they are being controlled by Janjaweed Fulanis. The Criminal National Assembly men and women, with the exception of some of them that are noble, you know, some are still noble, like Abaribe is one of them. He's one of the noble people at the National Assembly. We have very few of them there, you know, whereas others have sold their conscience. You know, those criminals are asking the Fulani Nigerian government to declare state of emergency in Nigeria. To the uninformed, they would think that these criminals are trying to address the insecurity in the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, but rather the Fulani-controlled National Assembly and their Miyetti Allah presidency will use the state of emergency to lock down the whole country and bring in more terrorists, you know, more Fulani terrorists and more terrorists around the world to complete their Islamization of Nigeria, because they have seen the writing on the wall that the American and the British government cannot help them. Barack Obama cannot help them. Even the multinational oil companies that they ran to lobby for them cannot help them as well. They can't, because they all know that nothing can stop the independence of Biafra, the freedom of Biafran people. Nothing can stop it. Or because anything that will stop it will result to the burning down of Nigeria, because the Fulani are greedy. They are greedy. My brothers and my sisters, you can see our evil and wicked politicians. You can see the way they are. They are wicked and they are evil. They are politicizing terrorism, killing, because their own families are not there, for political favors and gains. Just like a devil reincarnate, conscienceless Senator Remi Tinubu, you know, she tackled a fellow senator, Smart Adeyemi, when they later complained about Nigerian government sponsoring insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Instead of the wicked Senator Remi Tinubu to support, she was busy trying to shut Senator Smart Adeyemi down so as to look the other way, while terrorist Fulanis are massacring Nigerians in order not to offend the Fulani Nigerian government. That is why anyone who supports one Nigeria is a terrorist. Senator Remi Tinubu and her husband wants to rule Nigeria at the expense of the dropping of blood of innocent non-Fulani tribes and Biafrans in Nigeria. The good news is that the name Nigeria will not even exist before 2023. They should put that at the back of their head or back of their mind. The governors of Benue, Borno, and Niger State, who are mainly thieves, Kanuris, and Gwari and Nupe tribes, are crying for help because the terrorist Fulanis have taken over their ancestral lands, while they kept supporting one Nigeria. That is the evil. It is evil to support one Nigeria, because when you do that, you are helping the Fulani to take over your lands. These governors, whom our leader had cursed earlier in the time past for allowing themselves to be used by the Fulani Janjaweed to kill more than 5 million Biafrans during the genocide Nigerian Civil War, instead of them to rise up and fight the coward Fulani Janjaweed terrorists, they are busy talking grammar and accusing the terrorist sympathizing Fulani Nigerian government, who does not even care. They don't have their time. They are focused on their Islamization and Fulanization agenda. Those supporting and advocating for one Nigeria are cursed and are doomed because they support evil. The Fulani Nigerian, government have planned out the complete takeover of Nigeria and Islamization and Fulanization of Nigeria well before 2015. In order to achieve this, they needed a radicalized terrorist with proven records and international terror connections, apart from their foot soldiers, Fulani headers and bandits doing the killing, along with Boko Haram and ISWIP, with the help and backing of Nigerian government. That was why they embarked on a massive nepotic appointment. And their favorite terrorist in the government right now is Sheikh Issa Pentami, because he is well read. He attended big schools in the UK and America. Ivy League schools he attended, which he used, or which has helped him to hide his radical terror identity. He used his government position to gather information on Biafrans and non-Fulani military personnel, which he gave to Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen and bandits, which were used for killing and maiming these tribes, these people. He was radicalized at Saudi and Somalia. And in Somalia, he was one of those who helped form the Al-Shabaab terror group. He is currently using the National Identification Number (NIN) to steal information with which they will use to grant more foreign Fulani terrorists Nigerian citizenship and settle them in Biafra land and other non-Fulani tribes' land. My brothers and my sisters, thank you for watching my video. Please watch out for the next, and bye-bye.